CTV News with Sarah Freemark.
Since the emergency order was declared, the city, in collaboration with the County of Simcoe, has successfully cleared 39 encampment locations.
Taking a moment to measure the damage, the response, and the road ahead as the city of Barrie pushes forward. 2 months after declaring a state of emergency over encampments and homelessness, Barrie Mayor Alex Nuttall and city officials are laying out the hard realities and what comes next for a city at a breaking point. Let's take a look at the timeline that led us here. It was on July 30th when police swarmed the area of Victoria, John and Ann Street to investigate a homeless encampment near Diamonds Creek, closing it to everyone except city workers. Then on August 2nd, 52-year-old Robert Lattisour was arrested, facing 19 charges, including first and second degree murder and indignity to a body. Court documents obtained by CTV News show the alleged murder of 45-year-old William Robinson took place on January 18th, with the dismemberment of a body occurring between then and February 8th. The incidents prompted Barrie Mayor Alex Nuttall to declare that state of emergency in September, leading to the city removing encampments, with the last one at Milligan's Pond cleared on November 6th. Now today, Mayor Nuttall updated the community on where things stand with the city's response and the next steps. CTV's Luke Samard reports.
The city has initiated cleanup efforts at 2 of Barrie's largest encampment sites, Diamonds Creek and Milligan's Pond. Diamonds Creek cleanup is now complete.
Barrie Mayor Alex Nuttall, along with city officials, marking 2 months since the declaration of the state of emergency. Here's how things stand. On September 9th, there were 35 encampments in the city of Barrie.
There are currently 8 active encampments on municipally owned property in the city of Barrie today. The total number of addressed encampments since September 9th, either through outreach efforts, abandoned sites, or sites where cleanup efforts may still be required or are currently in progress, equal 47.
Mayor Nuttall said 45 to 50 people continued to reside in encampments throughout the city, compared to the 111 people on September 9th. 200
individuals have connected with the Heart of Simcoe County navigation team, which includes live-in treatment, wraparound support, and a pathway to securing permanent housing.
The city also releasing details about the cleanup at Diamonds Creek, confirming that 409 tons of waste was removed from the encampment. That's equivalent to 6 collection days for all single and multi-family properties and 2% of the city's annual garbage taken to landfill. Although the final cost not confirmed, it will be a hefty price tag.
The Diamonds Creek is approximately $1.2 million is what we've incurred to date, but it's still we're still incurring additional costs. Milligan's Pond, we don't have a number to provide to the media at this time.
With Diamonds Creek in mind, Mayor Alex Nuttall using strong mayor powers this morning to add Milligan's Pond to a conservation trust.
What this does is, when the encampment cleanup is complete over in Milligan's Pond, we will start the process of ensuring what is an environmental beauty and a piece of Barrie's natural heritage and Lake Simcoe's natural heritage is preserved for future generations.
According to the County of Simcoe, 8 people have accepted help out of an estimated 45 who were living at the Milligan's Pond encampment. A spokesperson for the county said they were unable to reach most of the residents after an early morning fire broke out at the encampment a day before the city moved in. Luke Samard, CTV News, Barrie.
As a reminder, we've launched a special page on our website where you can track updates about the state of emergency and the encampments. ctvnews.ca/Barrie is the website, and you can click on the Barrie encampment button. More than 3 years after a COVID-19 outbreak plagued Roberta Place long-term care home in Barrie, families of those who died are speaking out. CTV's Rob Cooper brings us more on the class action lawsuit.
This is 87-year-old Lenore Fitzsimmons. Her daughter, Kelly Fitzsimmons, says she was one of the residents who died during the COVID outbreak while living at Roberta Place in Barrie. Kelly is one of hundreds of people who have filed a class action lawsuit against the home, claiming gross negligence.
Red Cross went in about 3 days before she died and hooked the video up, and the lady was going room to room, and so they went to her room, and then I hooked up with a video and I got to see her, but by then she was already laying down and she didn't have enough air really to even speak, and it's a tough way to say that, your goodbyes.
Fitzsimmons says the most important thing for her is to find out what happened and why.
They want to obtain answers as to what happened. from January 8th to February 18th, 2021. They want to know why everyone became sick with COVID. They want to know why 71 people died from COVID-19. The only way they could receive any answers as to what happened during that horrible time is to bring a lawsuit. And individually, these kinds of lawsuits are just too expensive to pursue.
Robert Durante is a lawyer with Oatley Vigman Personal Injury in Barrie. He's one of the lead lawyers involved in the class action lawsuit. He says a judge certified the lawsuit, allowing it to go ahead. However, the defendants are appealing it.
What happened at Roberta Place in that period of time is so out of the norm that it really speaks to something incredibly different, and we say grossly negligent, that happened there, which caused Roberta Place to have this extraordinarily high infection rate and death rate compared to all of the other long-term care homes in the province.
About 900 people are involved in the class action lawsuit. Kelly Fitzsimmons says she just wants answers.
It doesn't matter to me how long it takes, because it's never been about money. I don't care if I get 5 cents. I just want someone to say, you know what, we made a mistake and these people died.
CTV News reached out for comment from the owners of Roberta Place and were told no comment at this time. Rob Cooper, CTV News, Barrie.
A jury has reached its verdict in the 2-month fraud trial of Jeff Cowan, the man accused of producing hundreds of fake paintings said to mimic the work of famed Indigenous artist Norval Morrisseau. CTV's Mike Arcelides reports.
Jeff Cowan was found guilty on all 4 counts of fraud, convicted of passing off purported works of Norval Morrisseau as authentic pieces in the years following Morrisseau's death. Unanimously, all 12 jurors decided the Crown proved, beyond a reasonable doubt, Cowan was guilty of uttering forged documents, defrauding the public, along with 2 customers out of property valued at more than $5,000. With Cowan being the source of hundreds of purported Morrisseau works, police said were forgeries that flooded the art world.
I would argue that the very size of the fraud, estimated at $100 million by law enforcement, is itself evidence of just how important and beloved Norval Morrisseau's art is for Canadians.
John Zamanovich is a Morrisseau expert and art consultant. Morrisseau, widely considered the grandfather of contemporary Indigenous art in Canada, has been called the Picasso of the North. Since his death in 2007, the value of Morrisseau works has skyrocketed. Cowan maintained all along there was no way of knowing the works were not authentic paintings, claiming Morrisseau, who struggled with alcohol and substance abuse, did not have a consistent set of rules or standards on how he signed his paintings. Cowan said establishing provenance or documentation tracing works from its owner back to the artist is difficult with Morrisseau because of how he signed his art. Cowan says police took his records that are now missing. The Crown argued Cowan was the source of hundreds of mimic Morrisseau paintings and that he, along with Jim White and David Paul Bremner, were part of an art fraud ring that sourced, marketed, authenticated, appraised, and sold works they knew or ought to have known were not real Morrisseau paintings. The investigation by the OPP and Thunder Bay Police led to guilty pleas from White and Bremner this summer and 2 other men in Northern Ontario. Cowan, who represented himself during trial, has not ruled out appealing the decision. Zamanovich says Morrisseau's legacy is secure and will endure despite having been victimized by fraud.
As the market clears and becomes more confident and sees the results of all the work done by numerous people across this country, we will move forward and Norval Morrisseau will reach the status that he deserves.
Cowan is scheduled to return to court in late December to set a date for his sentencing hearing. Mike Arcelides, CTV News, Barrie.
A Barrie daycare has terminated an educator following allegations of inappropriate conduct. This comes after reports from parents alleging that their children were sprayed with cleaning solution and flicked on the nose. BrightPath Early Learning confirms its decision to let the employee go, saying additional information came to light during its investigation. The company also says it is committed to keeping children safe and works closely with government agencies to follow all provincial reporting requirements. 3 men arrested in in a major drug trafficking investigation in both Barrie and Orillia have had their charges stayed. This comes after a judge ruled their charter rights were violated, noting that delays and missing evidence breached their right to liberty. One of the accused had been on bail, and the two others walked free on Friday after more than a year in custody. Police had seized drugs, weapons, cash, and Nazi items, but none of the allegations have been tested in court. A Barrie man is in custody for his role in an attempted murder. Police made 2 arrests this week, but a third man is still on the run. CTV's Jack Morris has been following the news and joins us live now tonight with more. Jack, at this point, what do we know?
Well, Sarah, it started back in 2020. That's when Michael Costa was shot inside a home in Vaughan. He was taken to hospital and survived. Just 2 months later, in early 2021, Costa was again targeted. Police released this video showing 2 men in a dark car going up to a Bolton home owned by Costa's father. Masked men forced their way in and fired several rounds before fleeing. Costa and the 65-year-old Giovanni Costa were shot. Michael Costa survived. His father did not.
I can't speak to the motivation at this time. It's a complex investigation. But I do believe that Giovanni Costa was not the target of the shooting.
This week, police arrested 2 men in connection with the attacks. 28-year-old Christopher Brown of Barrie is charged with attempted murder and firearm offenses in relation to the first shooting in Vaughan. A 25-year-old man from Toronto is charged with murder and attempted murder in the Bolton attack. A third man, 48-year-old Wahid Barakzi of London, faces charges of murder and 2 counts of attempted murder for his involvement in both shootings. He's still at large, subject to a provincial-wide warrant, though believed to be out of the country. Police are looking for other suspects.
Right now, I don't believe there's any danger to Michael or anybody else in the public, because we are making arrests, this week, and hopefully more arrests in the near future.
The 2 men arrested this week are in custody and are set to appear before a judge in Orangeville on Thursday. Reporting live, I'm Jack Morse. Sarah, back to you.
Today marks the end of municipal speed cameras here in Ontario, despite calls from several cities to keep them. CTV's Allison Hurst brings us reaction to the end of this so-called cash grab era.
Speed cameras save lives. Walking a marathon by lapping the plaza that houses Premier Doug Ford's constituency office.
Cameras save lives. Do the right thing, Doug Ford. Do the right thing.
Members are calling on him to change his mind about turning off automated speed cameras.
Isn't he allowing people to break the law by removing these cameras, which simply catch people doing what they're not supposed to do?
While it's just a small group of walkers, with just 2 planning to go the entire 42.2 kilometers, organizers Thomas DeVito and Jess Speaker brought a petition with almost 10,000 signatures to his office.
Well, this office is supposed to be staffed from 9 to 4.
There was no answer, so they slid the stack of names under the door.
I mean, I just think it's emblematic. We're knocking, but nobody's answering. This is how thousands of Ontarian parents have felt over the course of the last month and a half.
Vowing to keep the fight going as long as it takes.
The Premier does not have a monopoly on being stubborn. Parents all across this province are stubborn as hell when it comes to the well-being and the safety of our children, and we are going to walk until we have no more shoe leather to fight and save this program.
I can't understand why any elected official would think that playing games with children's safety is acceptable. It's not.
As of midnight, speed cameras across the province went dark, putting an end to a program a Sick Kids study found reduces speeding by 45%, and the Premier has called a tax grab.
We know that speed cameras works. It protects our children in school zones.
Mayor Olivia Chow says without the money from fines, other safety measures lack funding.
We're talking about 911 crossing guards and 18 police officers. That funding is now gone as of today.
The province has promised $210 million to support other safety measures such as speed bumps, raised sidewalks, signage, and roundabouts, adding it would make $42 million available immediately for areas that previously had speed cameras.
This has been used as a revenue generation tool when it shouldn't have been, and that's why we've stepped up and today, just to the City of Toronto alone, given $10 million for real effective measures that will replace speed cameras.
This group says this decision has made the province less safe.
The speed cameras make a difference, and I can't even believe that they're taking them away.
These members vowing not to give up the fight. Allison Hurst, CTV News.
Casey Colby, it's lovely to be back in studio with you. You and Jack didn't get into too much trouble last night, I hope.
Oh, we'll never tell. Come on, Sarah. Absolutely. No, we're just two hardworking news people. That's what we are. Well, one news, one weather, and there's lots to talk about weather. Let's get to it as far as the forecast goes. First, look at the forecast, mind you. Brought to you by our friends at Presler Injury Law. Call 1-800-JUSTICE. -1 as we speak out here in a very damp garden. Winds are calm now for the time being anyway. We had gusts about 45, 50K last night. This is the temperature as we speak outside your door. 6 degrees in Toronto, 0 in Gravenhurst, -1 here in Barrie, 2 in Alliston, 2 in Parry Sound, and call it 3 degrees in Owen Sound. This is the radar satellite image. And is there some cloud cover? Certainly is. Is that to change over the next little while? It is in a big way. And the forecast for the weekend over the last couple days, it's a 180, Sarah. I'm just going to blow it right now and say it's a 180 from a few days ago. But there is a silver lining, and I'll let you know what that silver lining is in a few minutes' time. Back inside.
Thanks, Case. This is also exciting. The Ontario government is celebrating a major boost to green energy today, announcing a state-of-the-art biofuel facility in East Gwillimbury that could save York Region millions in waste management. Here's CTV's Mike Lang.
This will soon be the site of Convertis Group's new York biofuel facility, one that will be a local powerhouse for renewable energy.
We're going to process 170,000 tons of waste with an opportunity to expand to 200,000 tons in the future. That's going to produce over 400,000 gigajoules of renewable energy a year, which will heat up to 5,000 homes in the area.
The manufacturer says the facility will turn all organic waste from York Region's Green Bin program into certified fertilizers and renewable natural gas. It will also use first-of-its-kind technology in Canada to liquefy CO2 and monetize it.
Most facilities in Canada flare that CO2 to the atmosphere, but we're going to capture it, cool it, compress it, and that'll become a renewable CO2 product that we can sell back into the industrial industry.
The construction is being made possible thanks to a $165 million investment by Convertis, with $2 million coming from the province, and it will create 52 new jobs. The province is calling it a crucial project for sustainability of turning waste into fuel.
This is just a really beautiful opportunity to show that, illustrate it, but make money along the way.
We've got to do everything we can to make our economy as innovative as possible, and that's what this investment is.
From a logistical standpoint, Convertis estimates that York Region currently travels nearly 1 million kilometers to dispose of its organic waste at sites across the province. With the addition of the East Gwillimbury site, that number could be reduced to 80,000.
There's more than a 90% reduction in distance traveled, both from a cost and emissions perspective.
That just speaks to the level of collaboration that is occurring to ensure that the residents of York Region and East Gwillimbury have the opportunity for really, quite frankly, a better tomorrow from an innovation standpoint and an environment perspective.
Once construction is completed at the site here behind me, the new facility is expected to be fully operational by early 2027, and Convertis is under contract with the town until 2047. Mike Lang, CTV News, East Gwillimbury.
CTV News, Toy Mountain is back. I'll never be able to say it the way that Dana did, but it's of course to help families right across the region. Like always, we're building a Toy Mountain and collecting essential items for those in need. CTV's Luke Samart has more on how you can help us spread some joy this holiday season.
Sarah, CTV News Toy Mountain has raised millions of dollars in support of families throughout Simcoe County and Muskoka for over 20 years, and this year will be no different. Along with your support, CTV News Barrie, Pure Country 106, and Bounce 104.1, along with our community partners, will be working towards building a mountain of toys, including collecting personal hygiene products this year to help those in need. With the first blanket of snow, the holiday season is fast approaching, and CTV News Barrie, along with Pure Country 106 and Bounce 104.1, are proud to launch our annual Toy Mountain campaign across the region. Once again, all proceeds will go towards the Simcoe-Muskoka Family Connections, a demand that continues to grow each year.
What we're seeing is a lot of families are struggling. They're struggling obviously for during the holidays because it's a difficult season for a lot of people. They struggle with just putting toys under the trees, but also with their basic needs.
For more than 2 decades, community and corporate partners joined forces. We're honored to have Access Storage as our title sponsor again this year. Every access storage across the region is a proud drop-off location, each location competing to see which can raise the most.
We are happy to do so because, like I said before, we believe that it makes a difference, and hopefully it will inspire others to make however big a small donation they can to help the cause.
Again this year, we will be everywhere in our community, live during the show. It has never been easier for you to come out, see our team on the road, say hi, and make a donation. We'll be at Zehrs or a Canadian Tire near you. We'll be at a Puro Clean, Tile Master, and we'll be visiting with the Peggy Hill team.
We actually were involved with Toy Mountain last year, and it was amazing. We had such an amazing turnout. People were dropping off gifts for weeks and weeks. And again, Christmas is for kids, so what better time? So if you're around 374 Huronia, drop off your gift for Toy Mountain.
It wouldn't be possible without support from some of our youth sport teams like the Barrie Royals, U16 Barrie Colts, and first responders like the Barrie Firefighter Association. Last year, donations provided assistance to more than 3,000 families. Those looking to help can do so in many different ways. New this year, if you can't make it to one of our live sites or a drop-off location, this QR code will take you to our Amazon wish list where you can donate directly. Also new this year, to bridge a critical gap, we're collecting personal hygiene products.
Anything from diapers to cleaning supplies, toiletries, clothing, we accept all those donations because they go towards those younger children, but also our older youth that are moving towards independence. Something
Zehrs on Bayfield was happy to help us promote.
When the community reaches out and says, here's where the needs are, we want to make sure we have that for them. So, bringing in the hygiene products that we need for everyday life are super important to us.
And of course, our longest standing community partner, South Simcoe Police, will be on hand in Bradford and Innisfil to help collect donations. Those donations helping community groups in Bradford and Innisfil, as well as helping Toy Mountain.
Make sure that our kids in our community get the Christmas that they deserve because they're children. Compassion is at the heart of everything that we do. We protect with courage. We serve with compassion. That's our motto.
We will be out in the community throughout the Toy Mountain campaign until December 18th. For a full list of our on-location sites, you can head on over to our website and come on out. Say hi to people like myself, Casey Colby, along with our radio partners. And it all kicks off on Monday night right here at Access Storage on Kaplan Drive. And remember, all of those donations that we get this year will go right towards helping us build that Toy Mountain and support families in need throughout Simcoe County and Muskoka. Luke Simard, CTV News, Barrie.
Luke nailed it. You can help build that Toy Mountain starting on Monday. Drop off that new unwrapped toy or gift card at CTV Station. We're at 33 Beacon Road in Barrie. You can put it in the toy box at the front door. If you can't come in person, go online, ctvbarrie.ca, and that click turns into toys for local kids. And as Luke mentioned, on Monday, we'll be at Access Storage on 62 Kaplan Avenue is the address from 4 to 7 p.m. That's the official launch, so you can come drop off the toy, say hi to Luke, the CTV team, plus our friends at Pure Country 106 and Bounce 104. Still to come, the east end of Barrie is bringing back the holiday cheer. More on the long-time Christmas food drive that's back for its 14th year. We'll let you know how you can take part. Plus, we have an inside scoop on tonight's Dateline on NBC, the chilling case that brought Andrea Canning back home to tell it. Take a look.
An early morning tragedy.
Just to have it so sudden.
Family secrets revealed in the flames.
You will spend the rest of your life paying for this.
What we uncovered afterwards made it sick.
An all-new Dateline tonight, 9/8 Central.
Thanks for staying with us. I am still flying high today after the always inspiring County of Simcoe Newcomer Recognition Awards last night.
Welcome everyone to the 2025 County of Simcoe Newcomer Recognition Awards.
That's the African musical group Adinka Farm Ensemble from the New Lowell community, one of 2 show-stopping performances at the 13th annual gala. There were 9 awards handed out, from Immigrant Mentor to Youth Community Champion, and even this moving song from this year's Immigrant Artist recipient that really brought tears to our eyes.
I am an opera singer, classically trained in Ukraine, so all my life I live for music. So being nominated as an artist and musician, it's a privilege. So I'm very happy to pursue this career, so that's exciting.
I have so many networks over here. If anybody need any kind of network, I always help them. And I think that somebody saw me that I am so helpful for other people, basically for the new immigrants, wherever they are struggling with any challenges, and I'm helping them.
Important to note that every winner was nominated by the community for their contribution to the county of Simcoe. Sharkfest is officially underway and the province has showed up to play.
It's so much fun to play against all these other teams that we don't get to play in our regular season. I really enjoy getting to see how everyone else plays as their team and how we get to show how we play.
More than 100 teams have come to our region to take part in one of Ontario's biggest and boldest in-season female hockey showdowns. There are 15 divisions with players from age 10 to adult, packing rinks from Barrie to Innisfil, representing communities from Ottawa to Collingwood.
Women's hockey has just grown drastically. Like every year, last year we had 99 teams. This year we have 112. We're one of the biggest tournaments in the province. We're running 11 different pads over the course of 3 days, and it's so important. It gives the girls something to do. It gives them something to be a part of, and that teamwork is something that they'll take with them for the rest of their lives.
There are more than 260 games jamming that schedule between now and Sunday night, with athletes bringing the speed, the skill, and the community spirit to our local recreation centers. The holiday spirit is alive in East and Barrie as Bob and Carol Bellamy launched the 14th annual Christmas food drive for the Barrie Food Bank.
It upsets me that people are hungry.
The donation box is now open at Robinson Home Hardware, and they're hoping to top last year's totals after raising more than $52,000 and nearly 14,000 pounds of food over 13 years. They're calling on the community once again to show some spirit and help families who need it the most.
We trying to teach the kids to give back to the community, so we decorate our trailer in a float, and we have very loud Christmas carols. And we go around and we parade the children all up Strabane and back down Melrose, and we do 260 homes approximately. In each home, the kids go to each home and collect food for the food bank and give each home a candy cane.
Really strong sense of community in the East End, and we have the ability to ask people if they can share what they have, and they're more than willing to do so.
Another way to help: when you attend the Children's Parade on November 29th, you can drop off non-perishable food items or monetary donations. It's also being accepted at the Robinson Home Hardware. So far, nearly 400 packages have been delivered. Still to come, CTV's Mike Arsaelides will sit down with Dateline NBC correspondent Andrea Canning about the investigation that brought her to our region. That's in a few minutes, but right now let's head outside. Case.
Don't hate the change of seasons, embrace the cold like a jellyfish would. Sure, they love the heat of the Indian Ocean, but they also love the Arctic Ocean, and that's real cold. Is it getting real cold? I'll let you know in a moment. The forecast just ahead, and our weather watcher artiste. Well, have a look. Allie and Lila say thanks. You're watching CTV News Barrie.
Very, very special photos. Thank you to everyone who sent those in. Now, next week, we'd like to showcase the heart of our community. So send us photos of your acts of kindness, volunteer moments, local events. Picture this at ctv.ca. Case I've got an act of kindness to tell you about right now. We'll discuss that after, because it is not a jellyfish, it is a squid. We've been through this.
It's a jellyfish. Isn't it jellyfish?
Today is National Pickle Day, and here's how fabulous our viewers are. Gail Crawford said that she likes watching us each night. Our banter back and forth is fun. She knows that I like pickles. She saw this and couldn't resist getting it. It's a little pickle necklace, and it says, "I'm kind of a big dill."
And her name's Dill?
Gail.
Oh, Gail, sorry. I can't hear correctly with my jellyfish hat on.
Squid.
Okay, let's talk about the weather. We can agree on that, can't we? And it was, well, it would make any jellyfish or squid happy because it'd be in water, and that's the place to be. Right? Sometimes it's just frozen when the weather gets a little colder. And it is getting colder. Let's get to it. This is the forecast diving into a not so cold evening, though. Yeah, well, -1 in Newmarket. That's a bit of a chill. -3 in Algonquin Park where the wild things are. Yeah, it's jelly. But 3 degrees in Owen Sound, 3 degrees in Mount Forest, and 6 degrees in Toronto. That's okay, isn't it? It's kind of mild. Almanac for today. The high was 6. The overnight low was -1. Oh, actually, we're right there now again. Yes, we are. 19 degrees for record heat in 2016 and record cool -15.3 in 1996. Sun rises tomorrow 7:15, sets at 4:51. 9 hours and 36 minutes of daylight. Hey, increase in cloud cover this evening? Yeah. What follows that? Well, that follows the increase in cloud cover, and it's kind of like a smorgasbord, as some people might say, as far as weather elements go. And let's break it down and take a look at southern tip of Georgian Bay, Lake Simcoe. Overnight, yes, there are a few clouds. 2 degrees, -2, -1, overnight lows. And then for tomorrow, well, let's talk about 9, 10, and 12 degrees for the high. Showers roll in. Yes, it does take a little while. The clouds may roll in overnight, but into the afternoon, 10 to 15 millimeters of rainfall, even a risk of a thunderstorm. What? Yes, Orangeville, Bradford, Georgina, Newmarket, Richmond Hill, 0, -2, -3 overnight, partly cloudy skies for us to enjoy this evening. And then for tomorrow, 9, 10, and 12 degrees for the high, cloudy skies, showers, and risk of a thunderstorm into the afternoon. Parry Sound, Huntsville, Bracebridge, Gravenhurst, Halliburton, -4, -5, and -7. Looks like increasing cloud cover pretty much right across our region. And then for tomorrow, 3 degrees in Halliburton, where we're looking at 5 to 10 millimeters of rain, 8 and 5 everywhere else, mainly cloudy skies, and 10 to 15 millimeters of rainfall. So that's tonight and tomorrow. Now, time for the Diamond and Diamond Lawyers 5-day extended forecast. Looks like this tonight, starting in Simcoe County. Sunday, there's the sun. Oh, the 180 they've pulled on us, ladies and gentlemen. Just a few days ago, we thought it was going to be a gorgeous weekend. It is still some sunshine in the forecast. 60% chance of rain, snow, though, on the Sunday as well. 1 lonely degree carries into Monday, 40% chance of a rain-snow combination. Oh, there's the sun there on Tuesday, and 2 degrees. And Wednesday, introduced a little bit of cloud cover, but nevertheless, sunny skies as well, and 2 degrees for the high. This is the 5-day extended forecast, York Region. At this point, cloudy, 40% chance of shower activity, 3 degrees on Sunday. Monday looks much the same. A little bit of sunshine, a lot of sunshine for us on Tuesday. 3 degrees. We're not very warm, are we? And then Wednesday arrives, 3 degrees, holding steady, fair skies. This is the 5-day extended forecast, York Region. Have a look. And it looks like on Sunday, 40% chance of flurry activity. We're calling it just flurries. No set accumulation right now as per Environment Canada. Monday, the cloud sticks around, 1 lonely degree. That wants to stick around as well. Tuesday, sun and cloud, back into the sun and cloud, ha-ha. And then Wednesday arrives, sun and cloud, and 1 degree. So yes, we're not as sunny as we thought we might be just a few days ago, ramping up for the weekend, but just have to delay it a little while. Maybe phone in sick on Monday. I wouldn't say that, Sarah. Back inside.
Now to a story that truly shook our community. A firefighter convicted of murder after his wife was found in a fiery wreck. CTV's Mike Arcelides speaks with NBC's Dateline correspondent Andrea Canning, who returned home to tell this chilling story.
I grew up in Blue Mountain. My grandfather founded Blue Mountain in 1941, and now there's this diabolical murder. So no story has ever affected me quite like this.
For Dateline host and correspondent Andrea Canning, it was a return home to cover one of the most chilling stories we've ever told on CTV News Barrie. The murder case of firefighter James Schwam of Collingwood, accused and convicted of planning and carrying out the horrifying murder of his wife Ashley nearly 3 years ago.
He was a hero in the community. He was a ski coach. He was a father of 2. All of these things, they just don't add up to someone being a killer.
The episode walks viewers through the investigative work that uncovered the grisly details of what happened to Ashley Milnes and the sequence of events that led to her husband's arrest. Having covered the case from the very beginning, I sat down with Andrea and her team to lend insight into the local tragedy that's still very painful to talk about for many in the community.
It's strange that it happened in my hometown in such a small area, but it's not out of the norm for this to happen. You know, there's far too many cases of domestic violence, which is what this is at its core.
The newest episode of Dateline, titled The Running Man, airs tonight on NBC and will be available on Crave tomorrow. Mike Arcelides, CTV News, Barrie.
Next on CTV, avoiding a painful price tag, why so many are spending less as a result of tariff concerns. That plus we'll recap tonight's top stories.
Hi, we're Martin and Steph
from Bounce 104.1.
And next week on the show,
we're giving away tickets to see Alan Doyle!
Alan Doyle?
Yeah, so make sure you're listening weekdays from 5:30 to 10 for your chance to win.
Recapping our top stories, marking 2 months since Barrie Mayor Alex Nuttall declared a state of emergency. On September 9th, 35 encampments were present. Now only 8 remain. 2 of the largest, Diamonds Creek and Milligan's Pond, are fully cleared. Hundreds are involved in a class action lawsuit against Roberta Place long-term care home, alleging gross negligence after 71 people died during a COVID-19 outbreak. Canada's main stock index edged higher today, while U.S. markets showed a mixed picture. Let's take a look at the numbers. Now that we've reached the end of the day, the TSX was up 72 points. The Dow was down 309, and the Nasdaq was up 30. And commodities, oil was up, closing at $60.09 a barrel. Gold was down, finishing at $4,094 and an ounce. And our dollar was down, ending the day at 71.30 cents U.S. Holiday shopping is here, but it appears tariffs may be forcing Canadians to tighten their purse strings. CTV's Scott Hurst explains.
It appears tariffs may have a whole lot of us feeling more like the Grinch this year, cutting into our holiday spirit, but also cutting into our holiday budgets. A just-released BMO survey shows 3 in 5 Canadians are planning to adjust their holiday spending plans because of tariff concerns. Here's a closer look at some of the numbers. 37% of respondents are trying to buy more gifts with a minimal impact of tariffs, including purchasing goods made in Canada. About 25% started their holiday shopping earlier to avoid potential price increases, and about 15%, however, are budgeting to spend more on gifts in anticipation of higher prices. And ultimately, at the end of the holiday season, that big price tag is often a stressful affair. Those post-holiday credit card bills can be terrifying at times. Canadians, according to the BMO survey, are planning to spend an average of just over $2,300 this holiday season. That's not just gifts. It includes travel plans and accommodation as well, plus food and drink and decorations. From big ticket items to a few smaller things here and there, it can quickly add up, and that's where the stress comes in. About half of respondents say just thinking about holiday spending causes financial stress, and just over a third say they feel pressure this time of year to keep up with other families' spending, even if they can't afford it. And on average, Canadians believe it'll take them more than 2 months to pay off those holiday bills, and about 1 in 10 are not sure when or if they'll be able to pay off those mounting totals. So holiday cheer, yes, but mixed with a whole lot of financial anxiety as Canadians are feeling the pinch of not just the overall high cost of living, but the impact of tariffs and what it might mean for their holiday spending. Scott Hurst, CTV News, Toronto.
The 112th Grey Cup is taking over Winnipeg, and coming up next, we tee up CFL's most highly anticipated game. You're watching CTV Barrie. Here's a look at your Friday night primetime lineup. Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, starts at 8, followed by CTV News Barrie at 11 p.m. It is a Canadian football tradition ready to light up the field for the 112th time. Thousands of fans are headed to Winnipeg, or they're already there, to watch the Saskatchewan Roughriders and the Montreal Alouettes face off in the Grey Cup. It's Canada's biggest football showdown. Let's head to the Windy City now. That's where we find TSN analyst Paul LaPolice at the Princess Auto Stadium. Great to have you. What can we expect from this Sunday's coverage, Paul?
Well, I mean, first of all, city, and it's so great to see a few people across the country, all different colors. That's what's great about the Grey Cup. You see fans from every team in the league come out to celebrate this this great weekend and the great game. I think we're going to expect a really good weekend of coverage. Tomorrow, there's 5 hours on TSN. We're going to show, we'll have a pregame show. We'll have shown practice scenarios that are happening for the teams as they do final preparations. On Sunday, there will be another 5-hour pregame show leading up to kickoff, and we're expecting a great football game here in this awesome facility, Princess Auto Stadium.
Well, let's talk about that. The Rough Riders, they haven't hoisted that cup in more than 2 decades now, but they're favored to win this year. Why do you think that is?
Yeah, 2013, the last time they won the Grey Cup. They've gone through some issues is switching out their quarterback, but I believe since Corey Mace took over last season, he's done one thing. He's brought a great defense, and a defense that is one of the top defenses in the Canadian Football League at eliminating touchdowns. So they're the best scoring defense in the Canadian Football League. Counter that with Trevor Harris. The last 2 seasons come on board has been very good for this team as a guy who protects the football and continues to keep his offense on the field and leads to touchdowns. So that's why they're a favored football team. But we counter with the Montreal Alouettes. It's kind of a Cinderella story for them with their quarterback. They moved on from their starting quarterback last season, Cody Fajardo, and Davis Alexander, a young football player that they believed in, been in the program for a couple of years. He is 13-0 as a starter. Had some injuries during the course of the season, but 11-0 in the regular season, 2-0 in the playoffs. Nursing a hamstring injury, so we're not sure how well he's going to play. Everything he's talked about this week, he said, hey, I'm going to be ready to go. So that's what everybody's eyes are on.
You know, I always think it's interesting when the host city isn't playing in the finals. I used to do the in-stadium announcing for the Ottawa Redblacks, and there was a year where that was the case. Don't you find you get an incredible mixture of fans when that's the scenario?
Well, I think what's really cool and special about, especially the last couple nights I've been walking around and went to the awards yesterday, Winnipeg is not hosting the Grey Cup, no, but they're a football town. So there's a lot of people still celebrating the league. Winnipeg obviously have been to 5 straight Grey Cups, so this is a tough year for them. But the neat thing about this is the Saskatchewan Roughriders, which is just a couple hours away. So many Rider fans have already came into the city. So that's what's great about this Grey Cup. Winnipeg's not in it, but Saskatchewan, who's right down the road, is in it. So they're coming over in droves. I've seen a bunch of fans yesterday. And so it's great that we have a local team in this Grey Cup.
Well, thank you for taking the time to speak with us. Have an amazing time. We can already feel the energy. We have been speaking with TSN analyst Paul LaPolice ahead of the 112th Grey Cup finals on Sunday. Casey Gobi, let's talk about tomorrow. Get up and go.
Let's talk about get up and go. First thing tomorrow morning, here it is. We're looking at mainly cloudy skies in Barrie, 1 degree, mainly cloudy skies in Newmarket, 3 degrees, and mainly cloudy skies in Gravenhurst, and 0. That's the get up and go. Sarah.
That's our newscast on this Friday night. I'm Sarah Freemark. Thanks for joining us. Good night.